Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/thenerdcore. Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
Hello, nerds. You're listening to an episode on the Nerdcore podcast feed. If you're feeling generous, please consider pledging to a tier on our Patreon at patreon.com/thenerdcore. We have tiers as low as $1 per month. Thanks so much, and enjoy the episode.
Hey everyone, before we can get into today's episode, I need to talk to you all about Anchor. Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast and is the platform I've been using for over 2 years. Anchor is easy because it's free, includes creation tools on your tablet or phone from the get-go, rewards creators with sponsorships with no minimum listenership, and best of all, they distribute your podcast to places like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and many more. So if you want to make a podcast, you should download the Anchor app or visit anchor.fm. Now let's get into today's episode. Welcome back. You're listening to the Nerdcore Podcast, episode 314, and it is your Nerd News of the Week. As always, it is the Nerd Gigano here to host the show alongside my wonderful co-host, Young Yoda.
What the fuck am I doing?
What do you... Yeah, it's a Monday, right? What?
I haven't... What is this? What are we doing now?
Yeah, we haven't done anything, right?
We have... What is this show, bro, that we haven't done in forever?
You haven't done it forever.
Oh, well, that too.
Because I've been here trying to keep... Finally, the feed has some color, man.
Wait. When did you... What?
The feed finally...
What?
I said the feed finally has some color because it was straight up just Nerdcore episodes for like the longest of weeks. And now finally there's an episode of High Flyer up. There's an episode of The Knife Show.
Ladies and
Nerdcores.
Nerdcores.
Up. Yeah, so we're getting that variety back in there.
I was about to get angry. I'm like, this whole like feed is full of color. What are you talking about?
Yeah, dumbass.
That was the whole point of the spot. I'm the token white guy.
Yeah, no. I didn't mean color in that way, you idiot.
Okay.
I meant color as in like different shows on the feed right now. Yeah. So yeah, dude, like, but in that sense, yes, our company has a lot of color in it. But you know, like I meant like as in the feed. There's a lot of color right now
because we haven't done a news episode
in a while.
Long time.
Yep. So in case you guys have forgot the news episode, we start off with breaking news. A big piece. We also do the box office breakdown, and we have other news stories. If there were trailers to talk, we'd have trailers to talk, but we have nothing to talk that has come out. So, with that being said, Brad, how are you right now?
I'm pretty well.
Yeah.
Doing well.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here.
Can't
glad
say
to be anywhere.
Can't say the same for me. Yeah.
Well, I can't go into whatever you discussed beforehand. I'm just glad I wasn't there. So
yeah. So yeah. I possibly just recorded one of the most insightful but odd episodes of a podcast I've ever done, and you guys will be able to listen to it on the Cinema Condition on Wednesday.
And of course, it would be to a relation of Aiden.
Yeah. But it was a great episode.
Love you, Leah.
Love you, Leah. Great episode. I loved it. It was just the stuff that we were talking. Oh my God. But we had so much fun with it, and I can't wait to bring her back again.
I'm just glad when we do my episode, there's none of that.
There'll probably be tears coming down her face, but there will be no mention of what we talked about on the episode. But yes, nope. I go into detail about certain things when it comes to certain ideologies, and yeah, I'll leave you at that, guys. Listen to the Cinema Condition this week.
Can you at least say what the movie was?
We talked about Takashi Miike's Audition from 1999,
okay.
A revenge thriller of a woman that tortures a man.
I will just leave it at that.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Leave it at that.
Leave it at that. It's gonna be a fun episode for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. But there will be a trigger warning in the beginning if certain things make you squeamish and you do not want to listen to it. It's okay. But
the Cinema Conditions, if you guys already know, is on another feed.
Yeah.
So follow Raul on Twitter. He's got the link there.
Yeah.
We'll post the link up on our Twitter.
Yeah.
It'll all be good.
Yep.
Go listen to it.
Hopefully this week we'll have some unstructured, right?
Yes. Should. I mean, and I really think Tony is trying to drive me towards just becoming kind of music based, since that seems to be the bread and butter I'm good at.
Yep. Well, you were controlling that fucking conversation for the longest time. Yep.
I mean, I like music.
Yeah. I mean unstructured is special because you get to do whatever the hell you want. Exactly.
So I could do a music episode. I can do what I want. I might talk about Mac Miller's new album on this one.
Yeah, do it. With that, all right, guys. So, whether you're listening on YouTube, wherever you're listening on this, we really appreciate it. But we're gonna get into it because today, from the Hollywood Reporter, breaking news, my friends, from Boris Kitt and Kim Masters, who broke the news. Taika Waititi is courted for a Star Wars movie, an exclusive from the Hollywood Reporter. Will the Force be strong with this one? All right. Following the recent installment, Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, the space fantasy franchise is set to go on pause. In terms of the theatrical movies, though, but that does not mean the process has ground to a halt. Taika Waititi, the filmmaker behind the Oscar-nominated Jojo Rabbit and Thor Ragnarok, has been approached to develop a Star Wars movie, and sources tell the Hollywood Reporter. Tell the Hollywood Reporter. It is unclear where things stand in those talks. It is also unclear whether the project is separate from the one being developed by Kevin Feige, with whom he closely worked on Ragnarok, or a separate Star Wars project. Disney and Lucasfilm, producers of the Star Wars movies, had no comments. All right, Brad, your thoughts on Taika Waititi possibly developing a Star Wars film?
Well, I know you probably have some negative thoughts after Thor Ragnarok.
No.
But because we saw what he's done in at least one episode of The Mandalorian.
2. He directed 2 of them.
Did he direct 2? Yeah. I remember the last one. So that's the one I kind of remember. And he did a great job, actually, with his episodes. And then also with Jojo Rabbit, the parts I've seen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Has good direction.
I'm sorry. He did direct he only directed one, the final episode.
Okay, see? Mm-hmm. Tell me lies, Ro. Tell me lies.
Sorry,
Anyways,
man.
It's okay. But that last episode, I think he was able. I think there were parts where the jokes did miss, but I think for the most part, he basically brought into life what we love about Star Wars in that final episode, and just the whole Stormtrooper conversation to the killer robot to everything in that episode. I think it was great, but there's a difference between doing a 30-minute to hour show and a whole movie.
Yeah.
Do I think he can do it? I believe so. Do I think it could go off the rails easily and make some people mad? It's a Star Wars movie. It's going to do that anyway. I say we gave J.J. Abrams, Rian Johnson a try. I mean, let Taika go and do something as well. I think it's going to depend on what he actually does, though.
Yeah. So, yes, I have made my feelings on Thor Ragnarok very apparent on this show multiple times. But I am here to say I really enjoyed what Taika did with the Mandalorian episode, the last episode. He very much understands what makes Star Wars, and that's why I'm a little bit excited for this. I think with the right team, he would be able to create a really good Star Wars movie. I think though that I think this would definitely be the one that Feige's producing. If it's not, I think this might be the one that hopefully Filoni and Favreau are developing as well, are to be developing apparently. I am not a big fan of Taika's humor. I don't like it. I think it's meh when it worked in Ragnarok, but I really enjoyed it when it was in Star Wars.
Yeah, so it's hit and miss, dependent with Taika, I believe. But my opinion is, if Taika gets a movie, then Deborah Chow deserves a movie.
Deborah Chow deserves a fucking movie, man. Yeah,
she deserves more than one movie. I think.
But
because she did multiple episodes in the Mandalorian run, and they all were the best out of that whole series.
I think they're waiting to see what she does with Obi-Wan. And then,
but why do they have to wait and see when Taika's out here getting his own movie? I mean,
but also, have we watched? Brett, honestly, I'm playing devil's advocate here because I think Deborah Chow deserves it before Taika, and she's made better episodes than Taika.
Yeah, you agree on that. Deborah Chow made the best episodes in The Mandalorian.
100%. But Taika has an Oscar-nominated film and a very successful Marvel film with franchise. I think that,
and I'm not saying that Taika doesn't deserve to make a movie. I think, go for it. I'm just saying, why are they making Deborah Chow go through all these hoops when we know she can get Star Wars? She can make a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I want her to do the Obi-Wan show. Don't get me wrong, because somebody needs to helm that who has a fucking clue. But and you know, the only reason I'm a little more excited because she's actually helming that. But I just think that from what I've seen from her for The Mandalorian, she understands Star Wars. She's done that all those episodes correct. Let her go and do a movie. I mean, I don't want to see. I think I'm tired of J.J. Abrams directing.
And
I wouldn't mind seeing Rian Johnson again, but I don't think that'll ever happen because you'll have all the fanboys rise up.
Pretty much, yeah. I think that Rian Johnson's trilogy. It sucks that I say this because I wanted to have it more than anything. I don't think it's gonna happen. At least not under the under Kathleen Kennedy's leadership.
No,
and they're too adamant on fans.
And I really think Jon Favreau should be probably over Star Wars as a whole, because I think he gets the vision.
Yeah,
I'm not saying Kathleen Kennedy did anything wrong or bad. I actually enjoyed all the movies. I even enjoyed Solo, which some people will disagree with.
Tony disagrees with.
Tony, that's nothing new. Tony has his opinions. They're great and all. He's just wrong. But moving on.
Oh God, this is great.
Moving on. I do think Kathleen Kennedy did a great job, but I think Jon Favreau has a better vision going forward.
I definitely agree with you there, bro. I think that Kathleen Kennedy will. I think that Jon Favreau is going to take over, or Kathleen will just pass the mantle and be like, "Hey, I'll work with all the other executive stuff, but like creative vision, like this, you're in charge of it. Filoni and you can just helm that."
Because I think Jon Favreau has fun with it.
Oh,
I mean, who else signs up for a Mandalorian show that you're not sure what you're going to do, and then you hit it out of the park and make the best thing Star Wars seen, probably, maybe, possibly in the whole Disney run.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. Crap, I'm sorry. But yeah.
You okay? Did you fall?
Yeah, no, I'm okay. But yeah, dude, it's gonna be interesting to see. Look, like right now, what I think that Taika was. It's funny because Taika put up a picture of the Fleetwood Mac album after this story broke, called Rumors. What's it called? And it was just the Rumors album. But I think that there's possible talks, but I don't think they're heavy talks. Those talks will happen after Thor: Love and Thunder comes out.
I agree. I mean, I think he's going to focus on that, his Marvel properties.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still in the Disney realm, though. So it's not a far leap to go. They're going to offer Taika to come in and direct something for Star Wars, be it a movie, be another episode. I look forward to seeing what he brings. Am I a little cautious with it? Yes. I mean, even though I love Thor Ragnarok, I know you didn't. But like you said, there's parts of his humor. Sometimes they're a hit, sometimes they're a miss.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We'll just have to wait and see. Honestly, that's all I can really say, because it always just comes down to where Disney Star Wars will be in the next couple of years. I think they should concentrate on the shows and then think about the movies later. But we'll see what happens.
But honestly, if I had to bet my money, they're going to offer Deborah Chow a director on a Star Wars film.
You're saying it right now? So
yeah, I'm saying it right now.
I would 100% love to see a Deborah Chow directed movie, but I'm right now, like, I want her to finish Obi-Wan, and I want to see what she does there. And because because the Star Wars community is vicious, Brad. If she does a terrible job in Obi-Wan, they will make damn sure she doesn't ever touch a movie again.
Well, but here's the thing, though, is she's got such high praise on The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
I'm just like, just throw her into a movie. Like,
Same.
Everybody loves her right now, so go with it.
Go with it. I'd give her the movie, too, if I was in charge, man. But look, let's go and get into the box office report. This weekend, we saw the what's it called? The weekend debut of Bad Boys for Life and Doolittle.
Bad Boys for Life.
Yep, and Doolittle. But we'll see. From the bottom 5, what stands out to you, Brad?
Oh my God, we haven't done this forever.
Yep.
Knives Out, because Knives Out been out forever in a day.
Yeah, since November.
Yeah, so that really, and then Frozen 2 is lower than Knives Out.
Yeah.
And Frozen 2's kind of been out at the same time, I think.
Yeah, Frozen 2 already made $1 billion.
Yeah,
Knives Out made, I think, 100 and some million already. But
they didn't get an Oscar for animation.
Nope. I am very impressed with Just Mercy at $6 million.
What is Just Mercy again?
Hold on. It has Michael B. Jordan and Jamie Foxx.
It's The Lawyer.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
It looks really good.
That's actually impressive. I didn't think that film would make as much as it has.
Yeah, especially like a 2-hour, 17-minute film with no IP, being directed by what's it called? With Michael B. Jordan, Jamie Foxx, Brie Larson. It's crazy, man. It's done by the same guy who did Short Term 12, who's doing Shang-Chi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and O'Shea Jackson Jr. is in there, so that's cool too.
I mean, when I saw the trailer for whatever movie I went to see last. I did see the trailer for that, and it looked pretty good.
Yeah, so that's awesome for that. Let's go ahead and look at the top 5, Brett. At number 5 with $8,374,000, Star Wars Episode 9: The Rise of Skywalker. And number 4, Jumanji: The Next Level with $9,565,000. Number 3, 1917 with $22,140,000. Wow. And debut.
For a war movie, that's impressive.
Yeah, it's really impressive. Debuting with $22,530,000 is Doolittle, which I hear is not impressive because of the big production budget that was for this movie.
Yeah, what was it, like 250 or 200 million, 250 million or something ridiculous?
Yeah, with marketing, probably. Yeah.
With Robert Downey Jr. in it. We'll get back to that once you finish up.
Yeah, and then of course making his debut this weekend with a number 1 spot with $59,175,000. Bad Boys for Life. Holy crap! If you would have told me Bad Boys for Life would have made that much this weekend, Brett, I would have.
Yeah, I just want to say this: Will Smith featuring Will Smith in Gemini Man couldn't even make any money, and yet Will Smith with Martin Lawrence apparently has broke the bank.
People they know they like these two together.
Yeah. I mean, and it's kind of, you kind of play on the nostalgia thing again. Mm-hmm. We remember Bad Boys and Bad Boys 2, and they were good. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence do a great job together.
Also, it helped that it had like a 70% something on Rotten Tomatoes. The critics weren't really bashing it like they were bashing. What's it called? Well, like they were talking about Gemini Man. It wasn't really bashing. They were just being honest about their opinion.
I mean, Gemini Man, they were being honest. Yeah.
So that's crazy, dude. I'm really happy. I have not watched the movie. I want to go watch it because, of course, I like the Bad Boys. The only 2 Michael Bay movies I like are Bad Boys 1 and 2. That's it.
Fuck Transformers.
Fuck Transformers. Fuck Transformers. Fuck Armageddon. Fuck The Rock. 23 hours. I can't remember which one it is. That one's okay, but
I didn't know Michael Bay made so many films that weren't Transformers.
Pretty much, man. But yeah, dude. What do you think this says about the Bad Boys franchise, Brad? Is it really done?
I'm thinking they don't want to go too much with it. I think this was a return to form this might help Will Smith get back on his horse that he fell off a little bit of.
Yeah, well, he finally has a win now.
Yeah, he has a win now, and it started in 2020 good. I don't think you're gonna see Martin Lawrence maybe in Grown Ups. I don't know, but I mean, I don't see Martin Lawrence really getting any more big hit unless it's with Will Smith. And who knows? Maybe they'll get another one out of this. But I think they should take the win. They should be very appreciative of it. I think the fans kind of wanted it. They wanted. I mean, it's kind of like what they're doing with Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. They're bringing something way back in the day that people, didn't realize was going to be gone for so long, and they're actually hopefully making a good movie out of it. So fans will enjoy it. They'll get that last little trilogy, and then they'll move on. That's what I'm seeing. I don't know if they'll make another one, but it's kind of cool they were able to get Will Smith and Martin Lawrence back to do one more to finish out the trilogy.
Yeah, I'm really happy. We have a story coming soon during the thing about possible sequel to this movie, but I think that it's a mix of nostalgia. It's also just being interested in these two actors because people love Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. Those trailers for that movie were great. Let's be honest here. They were.
The marketing for that was good.
Yeah, really good. If only a couple of other movies would have taken that into effect. But,
for Doolittle, I'm not even going to blame Robert Downey Jr. Like, I'm really not.
No.
It's Doolittle. I mean, they would have had a better chance had they stuck Eddie Murphy back in the role.
Yeah. Yep. But it's ridiculous. What's it called? Eddie Murphy. What's it called? Right now I think he's doing what's it called? Finishing up Coming to America. I think that's one's going to be another sleeper hit because people are going to have that whole nostalgia feel. Yep. And then Beverly Hills Cop 4. Fucking can't wait for that. Can't wait for that. Yep. Well, we're here at the Nerdcore are still riding on the train that Eddie Murphy should have been nominated for Dolomite's My Name, bro.
For something.
Yep.
Something, damn it.
Something that I'm Gumby, damn it.
Gumby, damn it.
All right, dude. This weekend we have The Turning and what's the other movie called? I'm sorry, I couldn't fucking exit it out. The Gentleman. From Guy Ritchie. I think The Gentleman might make a good amount of money. I don't think.
I'm thinking Gentleman will be in the top 10. I don't know if it'll make good money though.
Dude, it's Robert Downey, McConaughey, Henry Golding. It has a fucking.
It's just I didn't like the trailer.
Oh,
I thought
yeah,
the trailer
me too.
was okay.
I'm not watching this.
The trailer
movie.
was okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but like
that.
Mm-hmm.
If you're coming, so basically what the show is, you're coming from a critic's perspective. I'm coming from the public's perspective, and neither of us really enjoyed the trailer. So that bodes bad to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, man, I think that it's gonna make money, but I don't think it's gonna be huge. We might be eating our words here. I think The Turning might be the sneak attack.
What even is The Turning?
It's a horror film with Finn Wolfhard.
Oh, that might actually. You never know. You never know with horrors. It's dependent. Plus, with horrors, they don't really have to make a lot of money in order to make money, generally.
Basically, yeah. Slap a $3 million production budget on it, and then you make $15,000 in the first day.
Blair Witch, less than $1 million. Go with that.
Yep. You slap a $3 million budget, hope for a $20 million. Opening weekend, and then you just made up all your money back.
I'll say The Gentleman opens to $20 million because I don't have much faith in it.
Yeah, I think that Bad Boys for Life will still be the number one next week. Yep, for sure. I think 1917 is going to be still holding strong because of just Oscar buzz and stuff. But I think this is going to be shaping up to be a pretty tough box office next week. But let's go ahead and move on. Actually, Brad, we do have one trailer to talk about. I offered my thoughts on it. I kind of want to get them before we actually start the real news. I mean, well, it's the news, the other stories. Brad, what'd you think about that Morbius trailer, bro?
Can I be honest with you? Can I be honest?
Yeah, man, of course.
I haven't even fucking watched the thing because I don't give a shit.
to quote the greatest American comedy, that ain't worth the velvet painting of a whale and a dolphin getting it on.
Well, I mean, one of y'all sent me clips. I think it was Tony. Oh yeah, it was you and Tony having a conversation. This is the most I've gotten out of the Morbius thing because I've just been too busy to even fucking pay attention to that bullshit.
Yeah.
But your conversation with him about Michael Keaton being in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, oh, look, it's a bat and it's Batman.
Who's the other Batman?
Keaton's Batman.
Yes. Keaton is Batman. But you're saying there's two Batman in the movie.
No, I said there was a bat and Batman. There's a Batman and Batman.
Yeah. It's a Batman and a Batman. Yeah. Shut up, Brad. Oh, I kept thinking that you thought that Leto was Batman. I was like, what are you talking about, dude? Leto was joking.
No. He's a Batman. It's like Inception in a way, because then you have Leto, who is the Joker, and you have Michael Keaton, who is the Batman. And it's like, it's just getting weird territory.
It's getting weird territory. Yeah. I wanted to bring it up because I know that Brad probably doesn't. Look, I said it during the live show. Don't expect reviews from Morbius, at least from us two. Morbius, New Mutants, and Venom 2. Jabril can take care of those. You can write a review for the site. You can do whatever the hell he wants with that. I will not be writing reviews. I will not be doing podcasts.
Is Jabril actually excited for those?
No, but he says he's going to watch them.
Or are you just forcing him to go?
No, he says he wants to watch them because he wants to see what it's all about. But he's not really excited. He didn't like the Morbius trailer, bro. He said that he had to turn it off at a certain point because he was not liking what was going on.
I mean, I can. So there's you got some of the fandom from Marvel, and apparently they're going, at least on one of the shots, like they get Morbius pretty good on how he is in like a comic. And I'm just going, well, that's nice. They get his face right on one shot. What about the rest of the fucking movie? And then they got Peter Parker from the early 2000s Spider-Man up on a wall
with murder.
like I'm just going, this is Venom.
This
is Venom all over.
Yup. It's terrible, man. I was gonna bring up I said, why the fuck does that cape that Morbius is in look like the fucking color palette used when in the 90s movies when you would go to Mexico? That's how Mexico looked in the 90s. With the color, all that yellow tint. It's like, what the hell is this, dude?
It's called Keep the Cost Down, because we know this is going to make a lot of money, and we just want to make more of it.
Pretty much. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the news. Reported from Variety has the deets on a certain thing that just went down because Disney drops Fox name will rebrand as 20th Century Studios Searchlight Pictures. From Adam B. Very, it's officially been done, my friends. The mouse has officially killed the fox. In a move at once unsurprising and highly symbolic, the Walt Disney Company is dropping the Fox brand from the 21st Century Fox assets it acquired last March. Variety has learned. The 20th Century Fox Film Studio will become 20th Century Studios, and Fox Searchlight Pictures will become simply Searchlight Pictures. On the TV side, however, no final decisions have been made about the adjusting of monikers of production units, 20th Century Fox Television and Fox 21 Television Studios. Discussions about a possible name change are underway, but no consensus has emerged, according to a source close to the situation. Disney has already started the process to phase out the Fox name. Email addresses have changed for Searchlight staffers, with the Fox.com address replaced with a SearchlightPictures.com address. On the poster for Searchlight's next film, Downhill, with Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and Will Ferrell, the credits began with Searchlight Pictures Presents. The film will be the first Searchlight release to debut with a new logo. Call of the Wild, an upcoming family film, will be released under the 20th Century banner, and is sans Fox. Yeah, these logos won't be dramatic. Okay, whatever. Yeah, the insiders characterize the change as rather inevitable, and I'm trying to see if there's anything else in here.
Yeah, not ain't much.
Yeah, look, you guys really couldn't just put 20th Century Fox, a Disney company, like what's it called? Like Universal. It's a Comcast. It's like Universal Pictures, a Comcast company. Like,
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
If I had Fox in the name for any movies, I'd also take the shit out. Just to be honest.
Oh, damn it, Brad. Damn it. Oh, man.
Just saying. I mean, I think it's a good move. It just seems like bad luck just to keep it in there. I'm just because I wouldn't want to be confused for a 20th Century Fox movie. That's me.
All right. Well, look, man, I just wanted to put it there because obviously the name Fox has been plastered on movies that have been iconic for ages. I mean, the first Star Wars was part of 20th Century Fox. Lucas, the original Lucasfilm.
Yeah, that was in the 70s.
Yeah. It's a legendary company. Sadly, their recent release.
Yeah. If you want to remember the 70s as the Fox movies, that's good. Nobody wants to remember these recent ones, though.
Well, Searchlight was the one who was doing the best, dude. Like, they put out Shape of Water, and they put out a lot of great movies out. But, 20th Century Fox, though? Yeah.
Well, whoever did New Mutants, you need to take your name off of that one.
Yeah.
Straight to Hulu.
That's what Eric thinks about 20th Century Fox. Mm-hmm. Just sleeping.
Sleeping on it.
Yep. That's kind of it about that, dude. I really don't have nothing else to say. I think that this is a change that had to happen. It was going to come. You guys definitely saw it. It sucks because I don't know how this affects the vault and library of films that they have. Like, are they going to go and change every logo of all the films and stuff? Like, does that mean that they can change certain things about certain films? I don't know. We'll just have to find out as time goes. But
my opinion is, if you spend $71.8 billion on something, you can probably do whatever the fuck you want with it.
You shouldn't, but you can't. You probably can do, right?
I mean, you spent enough on it to have it, so. And if they didn't put in the contract, you have to keep our name. Yeah. You knew Disney was going to do that.
Yep. Yeah, well, Disney would do what Disney knows best, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, in other news, my friends, for anybody who cares, there's a lot of news here from Boris Kitt from the Hollywood Reporter about 2 movies that are in the works. First of all, Bad Boys 4 is in the works from the Hollywood Reporter. Writer Chris Beamer is also penning a National Treasure 3 script, in case anybody cared about that, too.
I mean, that's dependent if Nick Cage is coming back.
Just as Sony readies for the Friday release of the 3rd installment of the action franchise starring Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, it is making moves to develop a fourth entry, thus is extending even further the sporadic buddy cop movie series that began in 1995. Let me go ahead and scroll down. Excuse me. Now I want to burp into the microphone.
Take a shot.
Yeah. Chris Bremner, who worked on... I know that this is absolutely aggravating, Tony, that I'm getting all these names wrong. I'm sorry. But I'm pretty sure he doesn't know how to say Alejandro Mendoza Diaz either. Bremer, who worked on Bad Boys for Life, has been tapped to pen the script. The Hollywood Reporter has learned. I don't know what that was, but yeah, it was something. Smith and Lawrence are of course expected to return, and the plan is not to have the same time lag between Bad Boys 2 and 3. Bad Boys 2 and Bad Boys for Life. The time lag was due to several factors, such as spiraling budgetary costs, but also about finding the right story. Okay. Why won't my thing? Yeah. The sequel had several fits and stops in recent years. Yeah, it went through different directors. All right. So yeah, I mean, now that they got the returns that they got, I'm pretty sure they're thinking about this sequel too. But they are also thinking about a National Treasure sequel. So he's also writing a National Treasure 3 for Disney, among other projects. That project is being produced by Jerry Bruckheimer, who also is the producer behind Bad Boys for Life. He is rep by Kaplan Perron Entertainment. Yeah, Brad, your thoughts on National Treasure 3 and a Bad Boys 4?
I mean, I can't really go... I know National Treasure 3 has always brought in money, even though... I mean, that's like, I think Nicolas Cage's most lucrative movies he's done is the National Treasure movies. I can't go... I've only seen National Treasures, the first one. I didn't see the second one. So I'm not sure what to talk about the third. But I think it's going to move forward because of what Bad Boys for Life has done. and there seems to be, some movement there of these nostalgic movies that people want to see.
Yeah. I what's it called? I agree with you, man. I want to see Bad Boys for Life before I make a decision on Bad Boys 4. I honestly do not care about National Treasure 3. I'm sorry.
I honestly will though go see Nick Cage doing funny shit on the screen. That's the only reason people went to see National Treasure anyway.
Yep. You haven't watched Mandy yet, right?
No, I want to watch that though.
Yeah.
That trailer looked good.
Yeah. So, look, I'm always down for Nick Cage, but I don't know if I care about a National Treasure 3. I've never seen the second one. I saw the first one. I thought it was okay. But,
I guess we'll just have to face off on that.
Shut up, Brad. Yeah. Well,
come on.
That's terrible.
Come on.
That's terrible. And just in case you thought that Quentin Tarantino was done directing, he comes in with this news from Deadline.com. Quentin Tarantino this is gonna be great. He had an interview with them, and he drops the knowledge that he's going to be directing the 10 episodes from Bounty Law, which was the TV Western in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
He said this before, right after.
Mm-hmm. That he was
in an interview for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah. Can you do your Control F and find where he says and read the quote? Because on my iPad, I cannot do that.
For Bounty Law?
Yeah. I mean, just the 10 episodes he's going to direct.
Let me see.
But yeah, he's been toying around with this, honestly, since the beginning. Since before he was going on press for this. Yes, Brad?
So right here. So as far as the Bounty Law shows, I want to do that, but it will take me a year and a half. It got an introduction from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but I don't really consider it part of that movie, even though it is. This is not about Rick Dalton playing Jake Cahill. It's about Jake Cahill. Where all this came from was I ended up watching a bunch of Wanted, Dead or Alive, and The Rifleman and Tales of Wells Fargo. These half-hour shows to get in the mindset of Bounty Law, the kind of show Rick was on. I liked them before, but I got really into them. The concept of telling a dramatic story in a half an hour, you watch and think, wow, there's a hell of a lot of storytelling going on in 22 minutes. I thought, I wonder if I can do that. I ended up writing 5 half-hour episodes. So I'll do them, and I will direct all of them.
Nice. I've always wanted to see what QT could do on TV, and I think that this 100% will probably go to Netflix. More than likely.
Agreed. Netflix, I would say, would be number 1 on my list for them to pick up.
Yeah.
And I mean, Tarantino has had success when it comes to Westerns.
Yep.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, you can kind of consider Western-esque in a way, or people playing Westerns. Django Unchained, The Hateful Eight. So, it's Tarantino. He's going to knock it out of the park.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And plus, if we get to see Leonardo DiCaprio in there, I think that would be the first time he works for possibly a streaming service for TV.
Well, it's first time I think you have done television since he was like a kid. Shit,
that's right. Damn. Well, look, dude, I told you guys there's no way he stops after 9. Like, after 10 films. Like, he's gonna move on to probably plays, write novels, do TV. Honestly, like, and I think it would be really interesting to see how Tarantino works in TV.
I think, I mean, if it's Tarantino, he's gonna put his heart and soul into it.
Basically, yeah, I agree with that.
Because I don't believe Tarantino would do something he doesn't want to do.
Exactly. All right. So, Brad, I want you to do the last story because this is something that broke your heart this weekend. The last final story is going to be read by Brad. So, Brad, go and tell him about this news from Deadline.com.
All right. This comes from Nelly Andreeva. The Dark Tower series adaptation not going forward at Amazon. Exclusive. Amazon Studios has passed on the Dark Tower pilot. The adaptation of Stephen King's book came from executive producer, showrunner Glenn Mazzara. and MRC. The production company is shopping the 2 original scripts that were the basis for the pilot pickup, sources said. The Dark Tower has always been considered very difficult to adapt to the screen, which explains the title's lengthy road to being made into a feature by Sony and a pilot by Amazon. Largely because of the challenges translating the material, Amazon opted to go with a pilot versus straight to series order, which is rare for a big-scale, big-budget production like The Dark Tower. In the end, I hear Amazon executives felt like the pilot was not on the level of other large-scope elevated genre series the streamer has in production/pre-production, like Wheel of Time and The Lord of the Rings. The Dark Tower TV series was designed to be independent from the 2017 film, and was meant to be a more faithful retelling of the book than the movie was. It takes place many years before the events depicted in the feature and focused on the origin story of Roland Deschain's Sam Strike, how he first became a gunslinger and got his guns, his first conflict with the Man in Black, Jasper, Paconen, his first love, and his first mission as a gunslinger. The cast of the pilot, which was never officially announced or confirmed, also is believed to have included Michael Rooker, Jerome Flynn, and Joanna Ribeiro. King's 8 Dark Tower books draw from multiple genres, including dark fantasy, science fiction, horror, and western.
Yeah. Your thoughts on the Dark Tower being axed at Amazon, Brad?
It's kind of double-edged sword because I really want the Dark Tower series to be made because I think a television is the best place for it. But at the same time, Amazon wasn't my first choice to make it.
Oh, of course, it was always HBO.
And you know what HBO has just lost?
What?
They don't have a Game of Thrones right now.
They don't have a Watchmen
it's
anymore.
Coming. They don't have Watchmen anymore.
Yeah.
So HBO, this is a call from a serious fan of Stephen King's The Dark Tower and everything you guys do. This is the show for you. It is one of the darkest, I think, fantasy novels ever written. Mm-hmm. It just screams HBO.
I think HBO is testing what The Outsider is doing right now to wait and see how it hits. And then we'll see how they do. But I agree 100%. This show, this series is made for HBO. It is 100% in their wheelhouse. It's just a matter of whether they can, whether they have the right team behind. I want to see this pilot.
I mean, from what I've read now, and I even got a Twitter message from some random person who kind of explained to me he thought it was exactly what this is saying. This starts in Roland's childhood, which is how I think it should start. I know many people, even the movie included, started it at the Gunslinger, which, no, it doesn't. The books, they're kind of Tarantino-esque. They jump around. So where they needed to start was Wizard and Glass, which tells of Roland being born and him actually growing up to be the gunslinger. And that's exactly what this sounds like it was doing. So I really do think they've put a lot of thought and effort into this pilot.
Yeah.
And that seems like the way I would take it.
Yep. Hire Brad. He'll write you a good treatment for this.
I mean, I will reread all the story and I'll fucking get to it.
He'll watch a shit ton of videos on how to write a script.
I'll hire Raul to tell me what the fuck I'm doing wrong.
Pretty much. Yeah. And that's funny because what's it called? Just had talks about what my next short film with my DP, and we were talking about what we want to do with the story, and we looked at our script that I wrote. But yeah, it's look, man. I think that this is fit for HBO. I think it's just gonna take some time. I want to see the script for this pilot. I really want to see the script.
I want to see the pilot actually made. I want to see HBO go. Yeah, let's do a full order.
Yeah,
full order run.
They made the pilot. They probably already made. Yeah.
Oh, did they make the pilot?
I think that's the thing. Yeah, because they ordered the pilot, and they they passed on it. It's just like the pilot for the Long Night over at HBO. They made it, but HBO passed on it.
Okay. Well, I'm really hoping HBO can pick it up then.
I want to see those 2 scripts. I know they're being shopped around, which possibly will not be, be able. I just want to find out what this pilot looked like. But yeah, dude, this is disappointing. But as always, that's what happens in this business. and hopefully, crossing my fingers, that HBO knocks on Brad's door tomorrow, and he's like, "Hey, son, write the script for this movie, for this show."
I'm just gonna go throw out there. This is not surprising. After the movie, I really wasn't expecting even the chance for a show, just because of how disappointing that performed. But that, let's face it, you're trying to stick a 9-volume like series of books into an hour 30 minutes. It's not going to go well.
Even though Luis disagrees with you, he actually likes the Dark Tower movie.
I mean, this is kind of like going back to with Tony and the rest. Luis has an opinion, and his opinion's wrong.
Oh man. Well, look, with that being said, we've reached the end of the news episode. We hope everybody's had a wonderful time listening. We're gonna go ahead and sign off here and get to sleep and stuff. I'm gonna enjoy myself a nice bowl of cereal and watch some Ran. And because tomorrow will be our review for the third film of Kurosawa Film Month, Ran, however you explain it, however you pronounce it, that is the way it is. RAN, the next Kurosawa film we're doing tomorrow. As always, we would like to give a big shout out to our producers of the podcast. We have our associate producers, Cassie and Sarah. We love you all so much. Thank you so much for being Patreon producers at the associate level. And then we have our executive producers. We have Grayson Barker, who you can follow at Warlord1Bar on Twitter and Grayson Barker 98 on Instagram. We also have ourselves Shane, who you can follow where, Brad?
You can follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/SWRWK or on Twitter at SWRWK Twitch.
And Bryce, you can find him at Brown Rice 1996. And then you can find Tony, our other executive producer, at Real Nerdy Dad. That is 100% his at Real Nerdy Dad, because he's a nerd and he's a dad. So, you know, it fits, right?
The fact that he was able to get that Twitter handle without it already being taken is great.
Yep. Didn't have to have an underscore in there, right? Like we did.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Help us out, guys. Tell them to give us the fucking at. You know? One more fucking at. Yeah. You haven't used the fucking account since 2013. Come on. It's fucking ridiculous. All right, man. Go and check us out on all the podcast platforms you're at. But please leave a rating review on the Apple feed, on the Apple Podcast feed if you're on Apple. It really does help us out a lot. It really, really does. We also are going to just continue on this week with more content. Hopefully we get a GamerCore in, but I had a conversation with Tony about GamerCore, and I'll have it with Brad off the air. But hopefully we get some GamerCore in this week. But everything's coming back, and we are glad to be back because it's a wonderful time.
I was going to ask a question. Are you going to do another award show with Wesley over the SAG Awards that just came out?
Possibly, but we know we have one more awards talk when we finish the movies that are for Best Picture, and then we'll do a final consensus on what's going to win. But yeah, I think we're going to talk about SAG tomorrow, possibly.
Yeah.
Depending, I got to check with him what's going on with that. But we'll see what's up. It's been fun to talk with Wesley, honestly. But I have an actual interview this week for Impaired Files. We're gonna be doing that on Wednesday. We'll be up on Thursday for you all. So
exciting.
Yeah, it should be fun. Cross your fingers it actually happens. But yeah, dude, it's been fun and it's been a wonderful time as always. And I hope that everybody's been having a wonderful day. With that being said, it's been your Nerd Chicano. I'm signing off, Brad. Do it for us. Send them into the podcast void.
All right, Ro. You're being host as always. Thank you to all our listeners out there, all our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you staying with us and listening. We hope you like the return of this news episode. And I guess just to end this episode, I'll say only Raul and I don't have the wrong opinions because it's our fucking show. Young Yoda out.